Director Pete Docter began writing up in 2004. He developed the fantasy of a flying house on the idea of escaping from life when it becomes too irritating, which stemmed from his difficulty with social situations growing up. Actor and writer Tom McCarthy aided Doctor and Bob Peterson in shaping the story for about 3 months. Doctor selected an old man for the main character after drawing a picture of a grumpy old man with smiling balloons. The two men thought an old man was a good idea for the protagonist because they felt their experiences and the way they affect their view of the world was a rich source of humor. Doctor was not concerned with an elderly protagonist, stating children would relate to Carl the way they relate to their grandparents. In the 1930s, the shy 8-year-old Carl Fredrickson idolized famous explorer Charles F. Muntz. When Muntz is accused of fabricating the skeleton of a giant exotic bird he says he discovered at Paradise Falls, he vows not to return until he captures one alive. One day, Carl befriends an extroverted girl named Ellie, also a Muntz fan. She confides to Carl her desire to move her clubhouse, an abandoned house in the neighborhood, to a cliff overlooking Paradise Falls. Carl and Ellie grow up, marry, and live in the restored house. After Ellie suffers a miscarriage and they are told that they couldn't have a child, couple remembers their childhood dream of visiting Paradise Falls. They save for the trip but repeatedly have to spend the money on more pressing needs. They nonetheless live a happy life. After their retirement from their jobs at the local zoo, Carl buys plane tickets for the Paradise Falls, but Ellie suddenly falls ill and dies. Years later in the present day, Carl still lives in the house by stubbornly holding out while the neighborhood homes are torn down and replaced by skyscrapers. When he accidentally injures a construction worker, the court deems him a public menace and orders him to move to a retirement home. However, Carl resolves to keep his promise to Ellie by turning his house to an airship using thousands of helium balloons saved from his old job as a balloon salesman. Russell, a young wilderness explorer who visits Carl in his effort to earn his final merit badge for assisting the elderly, becomes an accidental stowaway. The flying house encounters a cumulonimbus and ends up high above South America. The house lands on a tepee opposite Paradise Falls. Carl and Russell harness themselves to the house and begin to walk it across the mesa, hoping to reach the falls before the balloons deflect. Russell encounters a tall, colorful bird whom he names Kevin. Then they meet a golden retriever named Doug, who wears a special collar that allows him to speak and who vows to take the bird to his master. The next day, they encounter a pack of aggressive dogs led by Alpha, a Doberman Pinscher, are taken to their master, who turns out to be an elderly Charles Muntz. Muntz invites Carl and Russell aboard his dirigible, where he explains to them that he is still desperately searching for the bird he promised to bring back, which is revealed to be of Kevin's species. Carl begins to realize that Muntz's obsession with finding the bird has driven him crazy. When Russell notes the bird's similarity to Kevin, Muntz became hostile, and thinking that they are attempting to capture the bird themselves and alluding to other suspected rivals have faced death at his hands. Carl and Russell flee with Kevin and Doug, but Muntz captures Kevin and starts a fire beneath Carl's house, forcing him to choose between saving it or Kevin. Carl saves the house, allowing Muntz to capture Kevin. Russell is upset at Carl for giving Kevin to Muntz. The two then arrive at the Paradise Falls. Carl looks through the elite childhood scrapbook and is surprised to find that she has filled in the blank pages with photos of their marriage, along with a note written from her hospital bed, thanking him for the adventure and encouraging to have new one. The repentant Carl goes outside only to see Russell sailing off with some balloons and a propulsive leaf blower to rescue Kevin. By throwing out of his furniture and keepsakes, Carl lightens the house enough to follow. Doug shows up and Carl lets him stay with him. Russell is captured by Moons, but Carl manages to board the dirigible, tether the house and free Russell and Kevin. Doug saddles Alpha with the cone of shame and thereby unexpectedly becomes the dog's new leader. Moons furiously pursues them around the airship and disables Carl's house, but he gets his foot caught on some loose balloons lines, causing him to fall to his death. The house, having lost too many balloons to fly, descends out of the side through the clouds. Carl and Russell reunite Kevin with her chicks and fly dirigible back home. Russell receives his assisting the elderly badge, and Carl represents Russell with the Ellie badge, a grape soda bottle cap that Ellie gave to Carl when they first met. Afterwards, Carl and Russell sit together eating ice cream while counting the approaching cars like Russell used to do with his dad. The house has landed on the cliff beside Paradise Falls, exactly where Ellie has pictured it, fulfilling Carl's promise. So, how you like this video? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, please sure to make a like, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. You know that we don't have that much subscribers. Please support us and share the video as much as you can. We will come with taking a new movie to a new episode. Take care, guys.